I don't think it's an understatement for me to say that we live in very divisive times, and sometimes making one statement or the other can lead to a little bit of backlash. I'm sorry, I'm not talking politics. I'm not touching anything like that. But what I am going to touch on is what can and can't coaches say about their team and why maybe it affects some of those on the other side. Stick with us. We'll fill you in. What's cooking? Welcome back to another edition of Now We Can Talk Like Fans on ESPN Louisville Plus, basically a little community place where Kentucky and Louisville fans and everybody in the bluegrass can come together, talk sports, talk happenings of everything that goes along with Louisville, Kentucky basketball and sports, but also a little bit of bourbon and a couple other things. But anyway, my name is Justin Sofro. If you haven't already, do me a favor, go on over to the Now We Can Talk Like Fans channel. You can find it over here in the QR code up at the top, and subscribe over there to the channel. If you do subscribe over there, we're going to be doing a giveaway. When we get over to about 500 subscribers, we're going to be giving away a jersey, and then if we can get to 1,000, we'll be giving away something even more special. So do me a favor, go over there, subscribe to the channel over there. All right. Without any further ado, let's just kind of get into the topic today. Smash like, whatever. But it just everybody's losing their mind. Everybody's losing their mind. Nobody can control themselves, especially those on the blue side of the rivalry, because people are going to get upset. If you say one positive thing about the University of Louisville, if you say one positive thing about the basketball program, God forbid somebody says one positive thing about the basketball program at the University of Louisville, given all the negative that we've had to deal with for over a decade now. Over a decade of negativity have the red side dealt with. And again, if you say anything positive about your own team even, and that doesn't even bar the coach from saying anything about his own team or trying to hype up the university that he coaches at. Just without further ado, let's just go ahead and play the sound or play the video of one Pat Kelsey and the comments that he made that truly set off Big Blue Nation.
Work hard every single day to prove him right and to make him proud. And Mikel picked point guard U. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, he picked point guard U. Now,
wait, you're taking that away from Lute Olson in Arizona back in the day. Yeah. You're stealing it.
Coaching's all about stealing things, stealing ideas, and what the heck. With all due respect to Coach Olson, one of the greatest in the history of the game, I think in the modern basketball era, Louisville was point guard U.
Obviously, the point guard U thing is kind of similar to when Louisville would always say quarterback U. Obviously, look back at the history of Louisville quarterbacks and the players that they've had there. When you go back to Brian Brom, Jeff Brom, Teddy Bridgewater, Lamar Jackson, you go back even to the early days back when Johnny Unitas played for them. Lots of notable quarterbacks. Stefan LaForce, you know the roster, right? And that's one of the fun things that Louisville fans like to tout a little bit, is being known as quarterback U. This is one of those stupid things to me that never makes sense. That I just if I were to look at UK at the University of Kentucky during the time, and maybe actually just go ahead and get into what Streble had to say. Actually, you know what? I will. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and play the sound of what one James Streble, who you can listen to on ESPN Louisville every Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. during the drive time hour. Now, let me go ahead and play this, and you can listen to what one James Streble had to say about Pat Kelsey and his comments.
He should be fined. The NCAA should fine Pat Kelsey for lying to the face of Jeff Goodman and Rob Dauster, because he lied. That is not point guard U. I don't give an F if Mikel Brown Jr. is the point guard of next year. That's not an era. It's a season. And I think Mikel Brown is going to be really good. But that's the most egregious, ignorant basketball take I've ever. And then Jeff Goodman pulls Lute Olson out of his behind. Lute Olson in Arizona? Mike Bibby? Anybody? What point guard U for Arizona? Are these people on drugs? I put Duke ahead of both of them. I'd put Arizona, Duke, Kansas, North Carolina. I put effing St. Joe's over Louisville just for Jameer Nelson by himself. This is the most ignorant, asinine statement I've ever heard in my life. I just named like NBA All-Stars. NBA Louisville has.
I'm a furry now.
Guess how many? Yeah, that was a good conversation yesterday. Guess how many NBA All-Stars Louisville's had from point guard you in the modern era, Justin?
0.
1.
Donnie.
Single Donnie. That's it. And he played primarily shooting guard. It's like he's a clown. Like he needs to paint his face up and put a bozo nose on his face. That ain't a wig. That's Pat Kelsey.
And there you have it. The rantings and ravings of one James Streble. The one big blue honk over at ESPN Louisville that can't help it. That can't help but be enraged at minor comments made by any coach trying to talk up his team, trying to excite and invigorate a fan base long dead. We were been, I guess, invigorated after last season, but before that, the season been pretty dead. But here's my issue. And no, I'm not going to go and argue against what he said. I actually tend to kind of agree that, yes, I probably wouldn't list Louisville basketball in the modern era as being the point guard U of all point guard U's. This is also something I think that what Pat Kelsey is doing is hyping up the players that have come before us, but most importantly, the new guy that he just got in, one Michael Brown, and just really what appears to be the best point guard in the nation coming in as a freshman and hopefully going to do some damn good things for the University of Louisville. Now back on the point of actually what Streble had to say, I look over a list of some of the best point guards in the last 25 years or so. A lot of North Carolina, a lot of Duke players. Here's also when I go into this stuff, I tend to just look at how they performed and how important they were for their teams while they played in college. I really don't. I just don't. I don't give a damn what they do in the pros. I don't care what they did in the NBA. We've seen so many point guards. Russ Smith for number one. I'm sorry. I know it's not great to use a Louisville one in this example, but a Louisville point guard like Russ Smith, who generational talent. Like the things that Russ Smith can do and the things that I witnessed him doing while he was in college, and the fact that didn't work out in the NBA, it perplexes me. So I almost just want to say two different sports almost at that point. But at the same time, this is why I kind of love Pat Kelsey. He's doing exactly what it is. You were eating out of the palm of his hand, Big Reg. You were eating like the wombat that you are. He wants you invigorated. He wants you angry. He's trying to pump this because he knows one thing. And it's one thing that's very clear at this moment. And you know what? Let's do the Sears camera. There's one thing that's very clear when it comes to BBN and when it comes to the University of Louisville. The tides are turning. A shift is happening. I understand they won the game last year. The first face-off while Louisville's coming in from the depths. A team practically dead. DOA just trying to make do with what they could. But I think it's very clear now that between him and Mark Pope, UK fans are scared. UK fans are running scared. They are tucking their tails between their legs because they know the end is here. They know the end is nigh. They have not repented. And the University of Louisville is back. And Pat Kelsey is back. And Pat Kelsey is leading this charge. And the next thing you know, November 11th, when they meet up, it's going to be over for you. It's over for BBN. It's over in basketball. It's over in football. It's done, son. You're done. In 1 month, you're going to take 2 L's. You're going to take an L on the basketball court, and then you're going to take one on the football field. That's it. That's it. You can have no joy as long as BBN is around. As long as one James Streble's around. Don't you ever try to hype up your team. Don't you ever try to say a positive thing about the guys that you're coaching, because it's not allowed. It's not allowed for you to talk about Edgar Sosa in a positive light. It's not allowed for you to talk about anybody. You can't talk about Peyton Siva and the great point guard that he was. You can't talk about Russ Smith, and Russ Smith did play as a point guard as well. You can't talk about these players and their impact on the school. One of the things I did want to say too, though, is I think overall you look at a lot of schools, and especially if you look at the John Calipari years that takes place during this time period. Obviously, Big Red. I didn't play the sound because we would have been here for a decade of him just listing off both players from Louisville and Kentucky that have played over in the modern era. One thing is clear: if you look at the two sides, obviously Kentucky had a lot of NBA players and prospects that went in, but I will say for the most part, during John Calipari's tenure there, outside of a couple players here and there, yes, there were some great players that played point guard in the role there. But most importantly, I feel like John Calipari dominated with his big men, with his Karl Anthony Towns, with his Anthony Davis, with Terrence Jones, different players like that. DeMarcus Cousins. Yes, you had a John Wall here and there. That's fine. I think John Calipari was, in the way that he formed his rosters at the University of Kentucky, definitely leaned more in for the big man, especially defensively too. So anyway, that's kind of it. I get it. That's fine if you want to say. Actually, no, it's not. It's not okay to gatekeep a coach talking up his team. Is not okay. I'm just saying I'm not here for it. So at this point, if you're going to get your panties in a wad, get upset because Pat Kelsey calls it point guard you, because he's planning on the future to be point guard you. He's going after his guys. He's getting Michael Brown. He's getting guys of the future. I'm sorry. You either get on board or you get out of the way. So let me know your opinions in the comment section down below. Are you upset? Are you mad at PK for talking up his school, talking up his employer, talking up his team? Is that a problem with you? Is that a problem with BBN? Is that a problem with Indiana? Is that a problem with Tennessee? I don't know why Tennessee fans aren't getting mad at this. Just let me know your opinion in the comment section down below. Do you disagree with me, or do you think that, you know what, it does matter? It does matter. Only one school, damn it, is allowed to say that they are point guard you. Only one school, and that school is Connecticut. I don't know. Shabazz Napier, who went to bed hungry every night. I don't know. Anyway, let me know your comments in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, do me a favor, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, subscribe over to the other channel if you want to be interested in as well. I will link that in the description down below as well. You can be all big, bad, and mad and angry at me. That's fine, BBN. I'll have another video loving you up next time. All right, guys. I'll see you all next time. Cards, cats, bourbon, and bluegrass. See ya.